As someone who started with absolutely nothing and built a life of complete financial freedom, I can tell you with confidence, wealth isn't about hustle, luck, or being in the right place at the right time. It's about knowing what rich people never tell you. How do I know? Because I've been on both sides of the story, and I know that most people stay stuck because they are listening to outdated advice from people who haven't built real freedom themselves. These aren't tips you'll find in a finance book or a boring podcast. These are the real moves that can flip the script on your entire financial future. Even if you're starting after 40, even if you failed before, even if you feel like it's too late. So if you're done playing small, done taking advice from people who aren't where you want to be, and if you're ready to take control of your money, your time, and your life, this is your moment. I'm going to reveal 3 powerful steps that wealthy people got like secrets, because your 40s can be the most powerful, profitable decade of your life if you know what to do. It's something we don't talk about enough, but it makes all the difference. If your relationship with money is built on guilt, fear or shame, it will quietly sabotage you every time. I can't tell you how many times I've heard it. Money can't buy happiness. It's said so often, it starts to sound like truth. But take me, for instance. When I was younger, I wrestled with this idea quite a lot. On one hand, I've been told over and over again that money was somehow bad or shallow or unnecessary. But then I had my own lived experience and it told me a completely different story. And at that very moment, I realized this isn't about greed, it's about freedom. The freedom to choose where to live, the freedom not to rely on your partner, a boss, or your parents, the freedom to walk away from situations that don't serve you, to design a life that reflects your values and your dreams. Let's be clear, money alone doesn't guarantee happiness, but it does give you the freedom to pursue the things that do. And yet, I've had countless conversations with intelligent, smart people who are still carrying around limiting beliefs from their childhood. Wealthy people are selfish and greedy, money is bad, and if you want to make money, you're a bad person. Wow! And it's no wonder so many of us feel conflicted, because while one part of us wants financial freedom, the other part is terrified of becoming someone we don't respect. But here's the truth. Money is just a tool. It reflects you. It doesn't define you. And when you stop blaming the economy, the government, and your boss, you start examining the beliefs that are quietly driving your decisions. That's when real change begins. Yes, inflation exists. Yes, the cost of living is high. Yes, the housing market feels impossible, but you still have options. There are people making money right now, ethically, creatively, and without selling out, because they choose to shift their mindset and ask, what problems can I solve? What skills can I learn? Where can I add value? So if your income feels stuck, if your goals feel out of reach, start by addressing the internal resistance. Challenge those old beliefs, write a new script, build the version of you who isn't afraid of success. Now, let me tell you something most people never do, yet it's exactly what separates the dreamers from the achievers. You have to see where you're going long before you ever arrive. And I'm not talking about fluffy vision boards or Pinterest goals. I'm talking about consciously stepping into the identity of your future self now. You have to be able to see your next level life long before it shows up. This isn't about daydreaming, it's about stepping into the identity of the person you're becoming now, not later. A dear friend of mine, now a successful entrepreneur running her own consultancy, once shared a story that stuck with me. Just a few years ago, she was a single mother living in a tiny flat in Brighton. Things were tight, she was working hours on end to make ends meet, and most people have said she didn't stand a chance. And yet, every Saturday, without fail, she dressed herself and her children and they head to one of the nicest hotels on the seafront for tea. They couldn't afford lunch, of course, and certainly not a spa day, but they'd share a pot of tea and a slice of cake. It was a tiny luxury, but they treated it like a ritual. Why? Because she wanted to show her children and herself where they were going, not where they were stuck. She told me I needed to feel what success would be like before it arrived. I had to create the experience emotionally before it became true financially, and it worked. That quiet moment, once a week, did more for her mindset than any spreadsheet or budget ever could. And here's the truth. If you want to change your financial life in your 40s, you have to start showing up differently now. Not when the money comes, not when someone else gives you permission. You don't need thousands in your bank to begin behaving like the person who builds real wealth. Sometimes all it takes is a cup of tea and a beautiful room and the decision to stop playing small. And if you're enjoying this video so far, please do me a quick favor, click the like button down below. It really helps me with the algorithm and lets me know you're getting value of this kind of content. And if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe for more practical wisdom and wealth building strategies, especially for those of us doing life differently after 40. Don't get me wrong, I adore beautiful things. A designer handbag, a tailored coat, even the occasional glance at the latest car models. Who doesn't love a bit of luxury? But here's the truth I've come to understand. Every time you spend money on something shiny, there is a silent cost to it. It's called the cost of missed opportunity, and it's one of the most powerful concepts you'll ever learn when it comes to building real wealth. Simply put, it's what you miss out on when you choose one option over another. So yes, that new handbag or luxury car might feel like a win in the moment, but what if that same money could have been invested into a dividend-paying stock or used as a deposit on a buy-to-let property, bringing a passive income each month? That's not just money spent, that's income lost, growth lost, freedom delayed. It's a liability, and I'm not here to judge anyone, honestly. I still indulge from time to time, but when I do, I choose wisely, because if I've got a few £1,000s at hand, I'd much rather see it work for me month after month than sit in my wardrobe gathering dust. I've already gone through this period of my life. It was more than enough. Now, honestly, I've got friends who change their cars every couple of years. Perfectly good vehicles swapped out just because something shiny came along. But here's the thing. A car isn't an investment. It depreciates the moment you drive it out of the dealership. And these days, most vehicles are reliable enough to last far longer than 3 years. So unless you're a Formula One driver or a car reviewer, it's just money down the drain. Yes, delayed gratification, that's the mindset that builds wealth. When you pause, take a breath and ask yourself, is this purchase moving me closer to my financial freedom or further away from it? Because here is the golden rule. Build the assets first and let them pay for the luxuries, not the other way around. Own the portfolio before you buy Aston Martin. Let your dividends pay for the diamonds. Our goal isn't to look rich, it's to be rich quietly, securely, and on our own terms. Now listen, you don't have to be perfect. You don't need a business degree or a trust fund, but what you do need is a shift, a new way of thinking about your money, your future, and your work. Because you are not too late, you are not too old, and you're certainly not behind. This chapter of your life, it can be the one that changes everything if you're willing to take action. So if today's video sparked something in you, and if you're ready to go deeper into creating income on your own terms, especially through digital products and passive income strategies, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss another episode. And if you're ready to take your first step toward financial freedom and start building your passive income stream, I've created something just for you. You can download your 5-step guide to your first digital product right now, completely free. The link in the description down below. To learn more on how to build passive income, click on this video right here.